Jordan's Soapbox is a series supported via Patreon. If you would like to help keep the Volcano Hotel running, consider supporting it for behind-the-scenes access and other dumb rewards. Furthermore, we have a Discord server where you can hang out with me, talk about things, vote on topics, and other things that we thought were good ideas, I guess. Link to all of this in the description. And now, enjoy the show. Hello my gummy bears, my name is Jordan, also known as CJ, and welcome back to Jordan's Soapbox, the show that talks about anything that I want to talk about. On this episode of the show, I want to ask a question that nobody has asked me, but you know what, I'll go ahead and ask myself. What is the most expensive thing you've acquired in terms of Archie Sonic? Because I make a lot of acquisitions for this show, scouring the internet and comic book stores for stuff that could be featured on the show. And due to many of these being well out of print, yeah, they could fetch a pretty penny. But not because necessarily they are rare. In fact, to me, the majority of Archie Sonic isn't that rare. That includes some of the weirder stuff too, such as the Sonic Super Digest. Yes, those existed. Therefore, the increased cost of this stuff on shopping sites such as eBay is more due to a wide range of factors such as supply and demand, rather than, actually being rare. At least to me, and that's how I operate. But this is different as, to the best of my knowledge, what I have here today is rare. Sonic the Hedgehog, the complete Sonic Encyclopedia. Why is it rare, you might ask? Well, this is where things get super weird. It was first mentioned in 2010 as Sonic the Hedgehog Who's Who. It seemingly was meant to be split up into several volumes before adopting the current name and having it collected in one book, finally releasing in October 2012. It is, true to the name, an encyclopedia of various characters, settings, events, and much more with Archie Sonic. It is also extensive, I was taken aback how extensive this thing was, resulting in a count of 191 pages, only being 96 short of the current Sonic the Hedgehog Encyclopedia. It's simply unlike anything that I've ever seen from Archie Sonic, as it's not a comic or collected versions of a work, it's an honest-to-goodness encyclopedia. It is stuff covering everything from the core freedom fighters to the NERVs. Yeah, the NERVs. Y'all remember those? They did exist. Or what about the Clam that was a freedom fighter? Yes, that existed. Archie Sonic is once again always going to be weird, and we just live by its rules. It's all in here, complete with artwork, most of it reused artwork, such as this image from Dr. Fitativus that actually is from an off-panel. Which is kinda disappointing, but understandable considering how large this encyclopedia is. It does, however, contain some new art, such as the section about the United Federation that features several drawings of, wait, is that Princess Elise? What? Yeah, for those who don't know, Sonic 06 was never a comic adaptation for Archie Sonic. It never happened. So, why is Princess Elise here? Did she take a wrong turn at the multiversal highway? Am I in a media that was not completely demolished by critics and fans? Anyway, this extensive encyclopedia has one other interesting thing about it I mentioned earlier, that it was released in October 2012. That may not seem like it's important, but that date was just months before Endangered Species and Worlds Collide, meaning that it is the most definitive encyclopedia about the pre-Super Genesis Wave continuity of Archie Sonic. Before things started to get retconned out of existence. Maybe all that retconning stuff is the reason why it didn't have the longest shelf life, because, well, for one thing, it was no longer a definitive encyclopedia. especially after the post-Super Genesis wave changes that we would see. Also, that Ken Penders lawsuit definitely probably didn't help. I have little knowledge, therefore, of how long this thing was on store shelves, but considering the factors I described above, I don't think it had the longest shelf life. I certainly never saw it around back then, and I lived near one of the largest comic book stores in Florida, Tate's Comics. Regardless, it's definitely to me a rare find considering, well, for one thing, the sheer existence of this thing, but not only with how definitive this is, but also with all the events that were surrounding it. It's definitely an expensive find as well, with the price only increasing in the coming years, sometimes in the hundreds of dollars. I ended up finding my copy on Amazon for $90-something, and that was on the low end, and that was because I got lucky. So, why the heck did I buy this thing? Well, it's because I'm freaking crazy. But you all knew that. But in all seriousness, it's actually because I need a resource like this. There's some blank spots that I don't know about when it comes to Archie Sonic. And this is the most definitive thing about the pre-Super Genesis wave, as I mentioned. It's not to say other resources on this show, such as Mobius Encyclopedia or Sonic News Network, aren't useful. They very much are. But due to their nature as user-edited wikis, and that just really goes for user-edited wikis in general, they can be really incorrect. Keyword there, though, can be really incorrect. It's just down to, well, human error, really. I'm not a human, I'm a bear, so I'm exempt from that. It isn't to say this book doesn't have errors, however, and I do think it does, but it's as scholarly as I can get when it comes to covering Archie Sonic, and well, the historian in me likes his scholarly sources. So in conclusion, Sonic the Hedgehog, the complete Sonic comic encyclopedia, does exactly what it set out to do, unknowingly becoming a de facto definitive encyclopedia of the pre-Super Genesis wave. It has to be one of the coolest books in my collection, and definitely is going to be used on this show. I would highly recommend it if you see it out in the wild, although, well, that might cost you an arm and a leg. Anyway, that's our show. Thanks so much for watching, and if you must excuse me, I think I have a mystery to solve next episode.